Welcome to my bone broth making session. So basically I'm making a bone broth which I use to break my fasts. Bone broths have been used for thousands and thousands of years. We don't really tend to eat it as much as we used to, but there's a lot of goodness and it's really great for breaking fasts. So what I'd sort of recommend is you can either buy some powdered bone broth from the supermarket or you can make your own. And I like making my own, full of collagen. It's really good for you, healing your stomach and your gut lining. It's good for breaking your fast to ease your stomach back into eating foods again. So I've got a slow cooker. So what I put in here is 8 cups of water. And over here I take an onion and I quarter it. This I've already put half in the cooker, but 1 onion quartered. And then you take a garlic and you sort of cut it sideways like this. You chuck all of this in. You don't really need to peel your onions or anything because they will, because you'll filter this at the end and take out anything out. Over here I've got the beef bones. I get these from the supermarket or the butcher. I try to get organic beef bones if possible. Pretty cheap, $6 for the whole lot. The more like the fat and all the other stuff, it's not the meat you're really looking for. It's more like the fat and sinews and other things, because what happens is they break down in the cooking process, and that's where your collagen comes from. People pay a lot of money to take collagen these days. I grill the beef bones under the grill for, I'm probably going to do these for 5 to 10 minutes, just until they brown up a bit, and then that makes the soup more kind of rich. If you don't want it quite so rich, which it can be a little bit overwhelming, don't grill your beef bones, just put them in straight in the slow cooker. So I put them all in the slow cooker. You fill it up with water, put a carrot, and then some celery. No put salt, because the salt will cook too strongly. Just put that at the end if you really want some. Pepper and some mixed herbs. And then I'll post the recipe as well. And then you just chuck it on the slow cooker for 6 to 8 hours. I actually cook mine for about 2 to 3 days. So I keep my slow cooker going for about 48 hours. That way you get a really good extraction of the minerals out of the bone. And that's really good in your bone broth for drinking or eating when you break your fasts. I'm also going to add some carrots that I've chopped up, and some apple cider vinegar, probably 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. That helps break down some of the meat and extract the nutrients better. So I'm going to put those up, put some herbs, and at the end you can add some other things for flavor, but at the early stages you don't want to put anything that will overpower all the flavor, or overpower the like making it too salty or anything. So just go easy on things you're not sure about and add them at the end. So I've browned these beef bones about 10 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes each side, and so that will actually add like a richness to the bone broth that tastes really good, especially after 90-hour fasts. So I'm going to add these to the bone broth. Grab all these, chuck them in. Okay, so I've got them all in there. The bones, all the vegetables, everything's ready to go. So I'm basically just going to put the lid on and simmer this on the slow cooker for about 2 to 3 days. What I'll do is sometimes just keep adding water because you don't want it to boil down too low. So you want to make sure everything's covered with water as it boils. So just come back, give it a stir every now and then. Every few hours, and top it up with a bit of water, and it'll be good. I'll show you at the end. So this has been cooking for 2 days now, 48 hours. You can see it's quite a rich sort of broth. It's full of all of the enzymes, the amino acids, everything out of the bone and out of the meat. The vegetables have added some flavors and etc. So now I'm going to break my fast. It's been 4 days, about 100 hours, and so I'm looking forward to having something. I'm actually not hungry, but I'll start eating again today, and this refeeding process is a, quite an important part. So I've poured a Put a cup out, and so I'll just drink that. Take it easy on your refeeding. You want to go slow and just let yourself get back into some easy, digestible, nutritious food. This broth is perfect for that because it's not too hard on your digestive system, so you won't feel too sick, and you can slowly reintroduce foods again. So here's the finished product. I actually pour this once I've strained it through a strainer into here. And this is a silicone tray that allows you to make these blocks and get it out pretty easily. So as you can see, you just pop them out. There you go. And this is the bone broth frozen. Then you can keep these in the freezer, and then when you want it, you just put it into a little saucepan and melt it. And then I store them in these trays, in these containers in the freezer. So these ones here are lamb, these ones are beef, and today I'm going to be making a chicken. And so you can just use these for any time that you do a fast. You just pull them out, melt them, and it just makes life easier once you've done it. These can also be used like a stock, so you can add them to your pastas and your stews and your anything really, and they'll give it a nice rich flavor.